Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Getting ready to change the oil for the first time on my 2012 Toyota Corolla. Bought it used last year, and I think it had about 88,000 miles on it, and didn't get a clear answer as to when the last oil change was done on this. I just kept on holding off on it. And if it was synthetic oil, I'm sure I'm still pretty good. That's what I'm going to replace it with. I think it's recommended like every 7,500 or 10,000 miles for the synthetic oil. And I'm using my Rhino ramps. Ended up being pretty easy. It's getting difficult to get the 3-ton jack out of the cellar. It's getting heavier and heavier. And the accelerator is a little temperamental on these Corollas, I think. It has a little stop there, and yeah, a lot easier. These ramps are a lot lighter, but I still have a jack there, a jack stand for backup. And I noticed this unusual, it has a tow hitch underneath the Toyota Corolla. But yeah, let me go ahead and get this oil changed. This is going to be a new one for me because it has a reusable canister, and then a filter goes into that canister. So, you know, it's like its own little housing. So, let's see. Got a 14mm socket, and this is all set. Got my funnel, and I'm becoming a big fan of using these latex gloves for all the projects. So I can't remember the last time I used a quick oil change place. It's been more than 20 years, and I just take the used oil to AutoZone. Man, I was looking for the oil filter. It's so hidden because it's black, that plastic here. And I'm so used to just regular oil filters. So this was pretty easy to break. The first turn there. Which way am I going? Had that change. Okay, there we go. So, I always have to calculate here. Stream. Luckily there's no wind to speak of. And let's see what color this looks like. Here we go. Actually, I'm not certain what synthetic oil is going to. Usually use Castrol, but there it is. It's funny, this just reminds me of a clip I just saw on YouTube with Joe Rogan, and the guest came up with just an unusual fact about how long it takes. I think they were saying all mammals to empty your bladder, and I think it was like 26 seconds. I wonder if that's a survival thing that has evolved so you're not vulnerable to predators or something. So this synthetic oil almost looks like I'd be concerned there. Sort of looks like transmission fluid. Wow, this is turning out to be, I don't want to jinx it, easier than I thought it was going to be. So, we'll let that drain, and hopefully I've got the right tool there to take off that. I want to get a mallet. I've seen that technique. I've used that before, but I was watching some YouTube videos to get familiar with this process. The only thing that I think it's going to be okay. I did not, last time I was in, I just realized when I looked in the bag, I bought these parts with the filter and the tool months ago. They didn't have the washer for the drain plug, and I'm just going to leave the old one on there, and hopefully it should be okay. Alright everyone, so I got the drain plug in. I just want to show you real quick. If you can't thread this by hand, it's something's wrong. I initially put this in, and I wasn't from this side here, and I was like maybe just a little bit of the first thread, and I'm like, I don't know, something's not right, and removed it again and cleaned it off, and yeah, I think I was starting just to start about a cross thread, but you should be able to put this in all the way flush by hand, no problem. So just a heads up, that's why I like to do my own oil. You just never know with maybe some part-time person that's having a bad day and could end up costing you some considerable amount of money. Let's see here. I had this right the first time. Here we go. So, about right there. That's not going anywhere. All right, on to the filter. Hopefully it goes as smoothly. Okay, everyone, I just learned something that I don't think I recall them mentioning in the videos. There's a clip here that prevents this from turning, and it gets pushed away from a groove that it sits in on the filter cap. So you have to make sure this tool is seated. I was wondering what this was. I thought it was some type of locking mechanism, but I couldn't really see and had to really give it some thought here. So I'm pretty sure that it's on there. I was wondering about these cutouts on this, and yeah, so that you have to make sure that this goes in between the plastic and this tab here, metal, gets pushed away, and that will then allow you to be able to turn this. Well, I just gave it a try real quick, and it came off pretty easily. I found this breaker bar. I couldn't find a mallet. I know I got one somewhere, but yeah, that was pretty loose. So what happens if that pin, or I don't know what they would call that, that tab rusts away? So I'm thinking, I don't know if you can see that. Does that have the ability to pop out? It looks like it might just press into a groove here. I don't know. See that? I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can. It's actually, oh, the clip came, yeah, it's a clip. That's what it is. Came out. You're supposed to remove that clip. Okay, that's starting to feel good enough to come off by hand, hopefully. Okay, oil's coming out. And let's see, make sure I'm lined up. Okay. Just there. There we go. Do I need to take this off to get the filter off, the cap off? Thought I've seen people take this off all in one piece. It seems to be hitting the edge of the pan there. At least it's draining somewhat. It's always something. Yep, there it comes. There it goes. Just had to figure out the angle there, so. Okay, so, okay, I see where that clip was fitting in there. That looks like that could be a replaceable part. So the filter already fell out. And it looks pretty dirty, I think. Yeah, so. Okay. Learning as we go. Okay, so here is the cap. And let's get this off here. You can see it has these notches on this tool here that go like that and help you remove this cap. Doesn't fit exactly, but I'm unclear. I just watched a video real quick. This goes into the notch like this, and I think, let's see, it prevents this from moving. So somehow that goes on like that. I mean, it goes into the housing underneath, and I think that's how that works. What if it's over here? But yeah, so if you have that fall off, that's how that works. So here's the really small. It's like something you would see on a lawnmower. And I was making sure that there was no, because top or bottom to this, or so that goes on like that. Is that it? I think I've heard it snaps in. You need to press it down. Oh, okay, no, it is spring loaded, but it doesn't really grab on, so Am I missing something maybe? I don't think so. I think that's it. Should make that so it grabs on the bottom there. Alright, so here is the new O-ring. So let me take this old one off. going to have to use a screwdriver. So give me a minute, because I need two hands to do this. Okay, so get some oil on that. Let you remove the old one and just roll it on into place. You don't want to grab this with a needle nose plier or anything like that. You don't want to put any nicks in it. So that is in position. That's an interesting call. I don't know what that is, a woodpecker? Alright, so I'm ready to install this. So this, and this clip goes here. Gets pressed into that. So I don't know if you put this in before or after you put the filter on. Wonder why it came out. Well, let me put this in after I put the filter on and see how that goes. Okay, so this goes on hand tight, no problem. And I'm wondering if I should put the tool on first. This is difficult to do. Okay, that's on. Alright, so I just need to tighten it. Okay, so, whoops, I think that's enough. And then you just press this clip in. Yeah, it's in. I didn't hear it click though. It should click, I think, if it, I might just hit that with a hammer a little bit to see if that will be flush and the clip expands when it comes out the other end, but I think that's just to prevent this from turning. I don't know. So I just gave it a gentle tap with the hammer to see if it was seated. It seems to be seated, and once it came out the other side, I think the clip I don't know why it would come off. So leave a comment if you know you're supposed to take that clip off before you take the tool went between this clip and the cap and would have allowed me to turn that, but yeah, I'm not certain if that's how you're supposed to do it. Go in there with a pair of pliers or something and take it off before you take the cap off. But so I'm all set. I can go put the oil in now. Okay, so this is a 1.8 liter engine. It takes 4.4 quarts. So synthetic oil is kind of reddish looking, just looking at this. So it's 0W20 vehicle for, I don't know what it says, 75,000 miles. So let's see if this leaks. I take that back, it isn't reddish. I thought it looked reddish. Man, I get to see what they have for funnels. I saw this interesting funnel in the video. And it allows you to not, so it doesn't do this backup thing. I guess it lets air in so you can fill it faster. So let me go ahead and fill this. Okay, so I'm not familiar with how much leftover I should have from this 5-quart 4.73 liter. So it's just under a quart on the bottom there. And my dipstick seems to be saying I'm at full. That mark right there. I don't know if the sun can pick that up. It seems to be right at that second dimple, so I'm happy. Wasn't exactly a, well, they have 15-minute oil changes, whatever they call them. But now that I'm familiar with it, I can do it again with a lot more confidence. So hope you found this video interesting. I'm not going to have to lug in my 3-ton jack. I've got my Rhino ramps here that I can pick up with one hand, no problem. So I hope you found this video informative. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and thanks for watching. First oil change on my Toyota Corolla. And I also reset my trip odometer.